So number 16. Your book starts sliding off the front of the seat of a car if you apply the brakes abruptly. Three observers explain this differently. Observer A says that the book continued moving and the car accelerated from underneath it. Book continued to move, implying the book's inertia kept it moving. The car accelerated from underneath it. It implies no external forces on the book at this moment. Observer B says the car pushed forward on the book, and Observer C says that she must be in a non-inertial reference frame because the book started moving without any extra objects interacting with it. Which of the observers is correct? So, we know Observer A is correct because the book did continue moving because of inertia and no forces stopped it. And it wasn't anything that caused it to go forward other than its forward momentum. And based on that, we can say that Observer B is wrong because the car did not push it forward to cause it to move forward when the brakes are applied. It only pushed it forward when accelerating to the point until the brakes were applied. And Observer C can be correct if friction is taken out of the system and just assumed basically negligible. And so the non-inertial reference frame means that Newton's laws basically break down because you are accelerating at some speed in meters per second squared. So observer C, because he or she is probably inside the car, he or she is changing in velocity, and thus sees the book start moving without any extra objects interacting with it. So the correct answer would be D. Both observer A and observer C is correct. So a similar problem to this would be, let's say it's just two observers and they're observing a coffee cup on top of a car. Coffee cup on top of a car. Observer A is inside, let's say this is A, and observer B is outside. Say he's standing out waiting for the bus, and he is watching the guy drive away after he left his coffee cup out on the hood of the car. So driver A would say that after stepping on the gas pedal, he would see the coffee cup accelerate towards him, and thus he would describe the motion of the coffee cup as accelerating in let's say negative direction. Whereas observer B would describe the motion of the coffee cup as stationary because there are no external forces acting on it, and it's just the car accelerating past it in a positive direction. So either A, only A is correct, B, only B is correct, C, both A and B are correct, or D, neither one of them is correct. In this case, the answer is B, because observer B is in an inertial reference point, because he is not changing in acceleration, and so he can see things as they actually are, and which is basically the coffee cup staying stationary with no external objects or forces being applied to it, and having the car accelerate out from underneath it, which causes observer A to see the coffee cup as accelerating towards him or her.